Okay, the RF340. This is one of our main forms. It'll be maintained by R&A department, and it's designed to be an ongoing tool. I'm going to show you how we do that now. Once this is done, we have to update it, and right now I'm setting our time on 60 days. We'll work this time back as we go on to see how bad the errors are made up. It could be 30 days or it could be 75 before we even do it. But we'll get, as soon as we have information, we'll get it. This next round will tell us a lot. Okay. Remember, these 340s are confidential information. There's for R&A personnel are the only ones that can make changes to it. I don't want anybody else even messing with them. They can have access to them if they're in a department that needs access to them. We'll get into that later, but only R&A personnel can make changes to it, period. You're the only ones that know how this works, and operations should be making changes. They should just be setting up published code off this information. The R&A director is responsible for the files held in R&A's dedicated drive, and that means backups. Get a thumb drive, keep it away completely free of all of us so that we have a base to go back to and update it regularly. All right. When an RF340 is in process, that means that we are updating it, and if the other departments request a 340, we'll give them the archive file that I'm going to show you in a second. Now, here's how we do it. I'm going to take EBA here, and I'm going to save it as the last time it was updated was 924 to 926 now. And type archive, save. Now, close it. Go back and pull my old EBA one, not archived, right here. And now with this one, we're going to start doing some work. I've also changed this to 2 attempts. It's on the master. And I want to note here that I made this a darker orange. When it's late or on low light conditions, it's hard to tell this yellow from this lighter orange. So that's this one. You see right here, it's one below it. Actually, we want this one. It stands out a little easier. Okay? It just makes it yellow easier to see. All right. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take and get our 5 basic pieces of information there. We're going to copy it. You're going to go to the check sheet. This one's at 281. That could be a real error, so make sure you get back to 1. I don't know why it's saved that way, but somehow we did that. Right here, you're going to paste special values. All right. Now, what will happen is whenever you make a change over here, on anything over here, it'll update that sheet. Now, watch, I just added 1 there. And it's blue. And that way you know what changed. Whatever. If you need to, you can always go back to the old one. But that's what that's there for, and that's how that's done. It's already set on the master. All right. Now, what's my next step? Oh, I've got to archive it. I've done that. Now, after I've archived, and we did a cursory cull. We have a thing called cull. You'll have to see the 1500 paperwork for that. But what the update director and I are going to do is they're going to go through and they're going to take this sheet. They're going to go Google it, Facebook it real quick, and see if these numbers are still the same. Then they're just going to leave them in orange. They're going to stay on Google. We don't need to go through this every time we go do an update. We'll leave it there till we get better information. If not, we don't care. All right, here's another problem right here. Last call on September 7th, 5:10. Why is that an issue? Because they don't open till 7. So we called 2 hours before they were open. And we got to pay more attention to that, people. Let's at least give them a chance not to be here in orange. All right. Now the next step is I've copied and pasted, and now I'm erase tools. Now what we're going to do, you're going to come over here and you get rid of all, clear this column. Before I do that, I want to make a note. It has yesterday, but a change order submitted, but no date. We need that date because if something goes all haywire, once we're a big system, things will go haywire. We need to track it down and see where the error occurred, why it wasn't updated. If it just says yes, is needed, but it never submitted, nothing changes. Operations can't read your mind. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of this. And you're going to get rid of all this, except for these 3 invalid numbers, because we checked them and it was already called and they were still invalid. They're still listed that way. So we'll leave them there. And the reason we leave them there is because, again, when we go do research to see if there's new eateries, we don't look at this and go, oh, it's not listed before, so it's new. And we can try to call it. And it's an invalid number, it's still invalid. It may be an old number that they've had for a long time and they want to keep it, so we'll know. But I'm going to remove that right there. Leave these dates in there because that's still valid. And what you can remove now is all your notes. And then what I'm going to do is over here, I'm going to put every one of them in blue. It's in process now. All right. We call a bunch of eateries and get it all done. We got the notes and everything else. And we determined that this one's now good. This one's good. And this one's bad, invalid number now. And so now what we need to do is update. Now over here, note over here, I have it on the new sheet. Let me go pull that. Okay, I fixed it to where the master is. What it says is, let me get my sheet. Once the master page is sorted, none of this is valid because they're all in different spots. So you know. So once all your 650s are done, you found all your areas and all, you're good to go. Now to sort the page, usually this is not going to be done by the lowest level team member. He or she is just going to come over here and put greens and browns and until it's done. But once it goes over 2, it's going to go up the chain, and the next level up can start doing the fine-tuning work on it and finalize the sheet. But let's say it would look something like this. These would be green, brown, green, brown, orange, whatever, orange here. And let's say you looked at those 2 and you tried calling them and the phone just rang and rang and rang. So you're just going to leave it like that. And the next level of the manager for that team will just say, okay, just send it on up, I'll finish it. And then they'll finish it. But let's go ahead and make them green for now, for purposes of this. This will all be in the written work. Hazel and I are writing up documents now for this. All right. And say, since this one's removed invalid number because we called it and it worked, so I called this one and it worked. And this one we called during proper hours and it worked. So now this is what we have here. Now to sort, you start here. You don't go anywhere around the browns. So it's just between the browns and you're going to come across to the numbers. You're going to data, sort, no header group. And you're going to go B, C, D, which is our priorities. B, which is this number. Then by C, which is the eatery name. And then by D. Again, this is not to be done at the lowest level. This is going to be done by a manager or somebody who's already been trained with this. And now the manager, team leader, or whatever is going to go through and check these again, double check them, and then they'll produce the final sheet. As you can see over here, whatever dates they were checked, it's right there. This last try date is just strictly for you to look at. I mean, it's make notes in it or put the last date. It's strictly for the user of this sheet. It has no real purpose because once you sort, all of these dates are now in wrong spots. This is what I put in so you can see what the absolute latest date is so we can recontact. That's 185 days out, and that's this one. And so when we update that, it's going to be here. 7th September is the next time we earliest contact next time. I mean, that's the latest one we have is earliest one. First one to go out is going to be the 7th September because they're the latest. I mean, they're the oldest. All right. And then the sorting work is to be done by a higher level. Just wanted to let you know that. The call, that'll be in the paperwork. You can read about how to do the call. And oh, that's the other thing I wanted to show you. Sometimes you get this wrap, and it'll wrap it in a new spot. And I'll show you what that looks like. And then you get this in the page. The easiest way to fix that is just to do this. Sort the whole area, and then right-click, format cells, and then hit wrap. Get it out of there. Boom, it's all back. Again, y'all know how to open up notes, to do notes, and so forth. And I'm really pleased with the notes. I'm liking them. Y'all are doing very well with that. Remember, in the phone area, it says no phone. It doesn't say contact Facebook or anything like that. Ops is going to take this exactly like it is and run with it. So this has no phone if we are contacting them via Facebook. Also, something else I had to say there. I just wanted to reiterate that the new one, which is 9/26/18, will be coming out. And so it'll be posted up there today, so you can pull it down. You can transfer all your information if you want. It's the latest and greatest. And we need to try to get through this relatively quickly. Remember, we're going to be a big company, so things have to be done standardized and proper. All of these should have a phone company in it. So let's get that done too. And Facebook, if it's easy, if it's right there and it says here's a Facebook, copy and paste right there. That's for sales. Also, the notes that you put over here, the second phone numbers. If they have another number, that goes over here. That does not go with a slash and then another number. That doesn't work for operations. They need to make it phone responsive, so they need one main contact number. Okay? Thanks for your time, and I'll see you on the flip-flop.